It seems that the ongoing feud between Alix Cooper and Alix Earle is far from over. Tensions between the two continue to grow, and Alix Cooper's latest Instagram post appears to have reignited the drama. Fans are convinced that she took a direct shot at Alix Earle, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it. To understand what led to this rift, we have to go back a few months to when things first started unraveling between them. The drama began back in February when Alix Earle's podcast, Hot Mess, was dropped from Alix Cooper's media company, Unwell Network. The news came as a shock to fans, especially because Earle had been noticeably absent from the company's Super Bowl party in New Orleans earlier that month. That absence was enough to fuel speculation that there was trouble brewing between the two women, who had once seemed close. Initially, it appeared that their split was amicable, simple business decision that both sides were fine with. But as time went on, subtle digs and cryptic comments began surfacing, leading many to believe there was much more happening behind the scenes. As the story picked up steam, insiders started speaking to tabloids about what allegedly went down. One source told Us Weekly that multiple people had confirmed the two were at odds and that there's a lot of tension. Another insider claimed that their working relationship had become strained because of disagreements over business decisions, and that their friendship didn't survive the fallout. A few weeks later, in March, Alix Earle posted a TikTok video announcing she was putting her podcast on pause for the foreseeable future. She said she didn't want to get into the details, but admitted she was sad to step away from something she loved.
Alix Earle just announced for the foreseeable future that she has to pause her podcast, Hot Mess. And a lot of people were thinking it had something to do with the IP and how maybe Alix Cooper wasn't giving Alix Earle the IP. However, Alix Cooper has cleared the air and said, "Hi, I see your comments. Alix not being able to podcast has nothing to do with Unwell. IDK why she can't and what's going on. Unwell gave her everything back and she owns her IP. Learned from the best, Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy." Alix Earle has said that she cannot talk about this, which doesn't make sense because you just hear Alix Cooper being like, "I have nothing to do with it."
Immediately started theorizing that the hiatus was related to her podcast's intellectual property and whether Alix Cooper had refused to let her keep ownership of it. However, Cooper was quick to address the rumors. She responded online saying that Earle's situation had nothing to do with Unwell and that she had been given everything.
Co-star told me that I can start shit today. It told me. It said you can start some shit. So, I mean, co-star told me to. And like, low-key, I kind of like, I mean, is this my time that I've been waiting for to go? It's like, I have so much information. We could go. I've just been waiting for co-star to tell me to. Oh, I think I'm losing my mind. But like, I wake up every day and I'm like, what should I do, co-star? And I look there, and today, it's like, revenge, like, let's go, like, get him. And I'm like, but I don't know if I should listen to Coasty, but she told me to, so.
Back, including full rights to her podcast. Cooper even referenced her experience at Barstool Sports, saying she had learned from the best about giving creators ownership of their work. Despite her clarification, the internet wasn't entirely convinced. Earle's silence on the matter made people even more curious, and speculation continued to grow. By August, things took another turn. Alix Earle posted a lighthearted TikTok joking about her horoscope app, CoStar, telling her it was the perfect day for revenge. She laughed through the clip.
Obviously, she did so well during that dance and is doing so well on Dancing with the Stars. And she's been minding her own business and keeping things classy.
Saying, "Co-star told me to start some expletive today." Fans flooded the comments, immediately connecting it to her rumored fallout with Alix Cooper. One user commented, "Tell us what happened with Alix Cooper," to which Earle replied, "How much time do you have?" That single response sent social media into overdrive, reigniting the feud. Many saw it as confirmation that something serious had happened between the two. Meanwhile, Cooper kept quiet, at least publicly. But a few months later, she appeared to respond in her own way. In October, Alix Cooper hosted an Unwell Network event in Las Vegas and posted a recap video on Instagram. The background song? Britney Spears' Circus, the same song Alix Earle had recently used for her first Dancing with the Stars performance.
There's only two types of people in the world. The ones that entertain and the ones that serve.
The coincidence didn't end there. Cooper captioned her post, "How much time do you have? 'Cause we could go all night," which just so happened to be the exact phrase Earle had used in her TikTok comment 2 months earlier. Fans instantly noticed the similarities and accused Cooper of throwing shade. Many claimed her actions gave off mean girl energy and compared her to an ex-friend who couldn't move on. The online reaction was swift and harsh. Comments poured in calling Cooper petty and bitter, while others defended her, saying the whole thing might be a coincidence. Still, most people sided with Alix Earle, especially since she was publicly thriving. Her appearance on Dancing with the Stars was a major success, and she seemed focused on her career rather than the drama. Fans admired her for staying composed and keeping it classy, while criticizing Cooper for fueling the tension. The feud also reminded people of Alex Cooper's earlier falling out with her former co-host, Sophia Franklin, from their hit podcast, Call Her Daddy. Cooper and Franklin launched the show under Barstool Sports in 2018, quickly becoming famous for their raw and unfiltered takes on sex and relationships. But in 2020, their partnership imploded when contract negotiations with Barstool broke down. According to reports, Franklin's then-boyfriend, HBO executive Peter Nelson, had advised her to hold out for a better deal, which caused a major rift between the two women. Barstool's founder, Dave Portnoy, made the situation public, and it became one of the biggest internet dramas of the year.
How long did you guys podcast together for?
Ooh, I would say 2 years or a little over 2 years. At Barstool.
And then basically the gist of the end of the feud was like Barstool wanted to renew for like a price that like you felt like you were valued at more.
Yes.
And so she stayed, you walked.
Yeah, that's a very like summed up
Yeah, very.
version. There was so much that went into it, but basically, we were getting paid a certain amount, and we knew that it was worth so much more, and we were having like a business disagreement, and I thought because we were such good friends, like whatever, this will pass over and like we'll come back together. I think she had like different ideas, and yeah.
Was the business fallout the reason for your friendship fallout as well?
That's a really good question. I would say it was a little bit of a ticking time bomb. I think that's what broke the camel's back. But I think, where she wanted to go and where I wanted to go,
We're different places.
Eventually it would have like blown up.
When we first met her, I didn't know Sophia existed. She said, we have another person, so you gotta hire 2 people now. So we got all together and we offered them the contract. I think it was a 3-year deal, 70 grand.
It became really difficult to enjoy the process. It was the classic, you think you see something online and people genuinely believe we were like sisters, but our relationship was so awful. Sophia and I were making the company millions of dollars.
To be honest, they were helping pay a lot of the salaries at Barstool.
We absolutely deserved more money, but unfortunately we had signed a 3-year contract with Barstool Sports and they owned our IP. So Sophia and I went in together and we renegotiated our contracts. Dave ended up offering us what I considered the deal of a lifetime. He said, if you stay at Barstool for 1 more year, you can own Call Her Daddy. Sophia didn't want to take the deal, but I did. So I stayed. I realized the daddy gang was bigger than both of us.
Cooper stayed with Barstool, negotiated a solo deal, and kept the Call Her Daddy brand. She later signed a $60 million exclusive deal with Spotify, solidifying her position as one of the biggest names in podcasting. Franklin, on the other hand, launched her own podcast, Sophia with an F, and claimed she was betrayed by Cooper. Both women shared conflicting versions of the story, but most fans agreed that their friendship was damaged beyond repair. Cooper has since said that their relationship had been toxic long before the business dispute, and that their eventual split was inevitable. Because of that history, fans couldn't help but draw parallels between Cooper's breakup with Franklin and her more recent issues with Earle. Many accused her of having a pattern, forming close partnerships with women, only for those relationships to collapse amid business disagreements. Under Cooper's recent posts, the comments were filled with criticism. Alix Cooper is a married woman acting like she's still 24, one user wrote. Another added, Alix Earle is living rent-free in Alix Cooper's head. Some even revisited old Call Her Daddy episodes and interviews, pointing out similarities between how both fallouts played out. Now, months later, the two Alexis seem to have gone their separate ways. Alix Earle is thriving in her new chapter, enjoying success on television and continuing to build her personal brand. Alix Cooper remains one of the most powerful figures in podcasting, managing Unwell Network and hosting Call Her Daddy. Still, despite their attempts to move forward, fans and gossip pages continue to pit them against each other. Whether Cooper's Instagram post was a calculated jab or just an unfortunate coincidence, the timing was suspicious enough to get people talking. In the end, Both women are undeniably talented and successful in their own right, but the internet seems determined to keep this feud alive. For now, the public appears to be leaning toward Team Earle, celebrating her success and applauding her for staying graceful amid the controversy. As for Cooper, many hope she'll rise above the drama and let her work speak for itself. But if history is any indication, the rivalry between the two Alexis might not be ending anytime soon.